Nutrition. Tulipatana Bongo, niko chini kwa zangu bichi na pepo wa bahari, alinipita kama mimi, niko chini nikamfuata utadhani zambi. Habari gani mbona uko nami? Jina ni gani? Akasema Zari. Nikamwambia aje, nikamwambia kwangu ni kwake, nimshike wapi ndio aje. Azi, hiyo ndo tuko date. Tenith May. Alinipita kama meli, anayumbayumba na kidondo sake shenzi. Niko chini nikamfahamu ni zombi. Habari gani mbona uko lonely? So guys, welcome back to this channel. If you are new here, kindly consider hitting that subscribe button, guys. On my channel, I discuss about nutrition and also lifestyle. So that means I am a certified nutritionist. So if you've not yet subscribed to my channel, guys, kindly consider hitting that subscribe button. And if you have any question about breastfeeding, unaweza uliza tu. Any question about breastfeeding, you can ask. Any question pertaining nutrition, you can also ask here. Thanks for joining my live. Come just subscribe to the channel, guys. Consider subscribing to the channel. The first, I don't know how many of you have seen this book. How many of you have seen this book? It's called The First 1,000 Days, Ensuring Good Health of Mother and Baby. Ensuring Good Health of Mother and Baby. It is one of my favorite books, actually. It is one of my favorite books. The First 1,000 Days, Ensuring Good Health and Mother and Baby. This book is one of the best. I hope you can see. So, in the first page is eating for good health of mother and baby during pregnancy. Eating for good health of mother and baby during pregnancy. Hapa it talks about pre-pregnancy period, good nutrition before, Pregnancy makes it easier for you to conceive and meet the food needs of you and your unborn baby during pregnancy. It is sometimes, it also determines your baby's growth and development, and overall health of the babies and mothers. So, poor nutrition can cause you to deliver before the baby matures fully, give birth to a too small baby, or give birth to a baby with health problems. Avoid taking alcohol, narcotic drugs, unprescribed drugs also, or even tobacco during pregnancy, as this may cause health problems. And pia inaongelelea about how to eat healthy during pregnancy. During pregnancy, you eat an extra small meal each day, in addition to your 3 regular meals and 2 snacks to support your own food requirements and that of your unborn baby. Examples of snacks may be sweet potatoes, bananas, porridge, or ground nuts, among also others. Healthy snacks. Eat cereals, fruits, and tubers to provide your body with energy. So we're talking about how to eat healthy during pregnancy. Eat whole cereals is their healthy containing food values. Na pia kuna, so we've said 3 main meals and 2 snacks during pregnancy. 3 main meals and 2 snacks. Drink at least 2 cups of milk each day. 2 cups of milk, na it's about kikombe ya 250 mils. So if you're joining my live right now, we are talking about how to eat healthy during pregnancy. Drink at least 2 cups of milk each day, as it is a good source of calcium. Calcium in nutrition, we call it mineral, a mineral that is used for bone health. And vitamin D helps calcium absorption. So drink at least 2 cups of milk each day, as it is good source of calcium to build strong bones and teeth for your growing baby. Next, eat a variety of animal sources. Animal source foods such as liver. And guys, a lot of liver during pregnancy is not good, because liver has a lot of vitamin A, and vitamin A, when it gets toxic, it will affect your baby. Unaweza pata mtoto akona issues, health problems or abnormalities. So eat a variety of animal source foods such as liver, meat, eggs, as they help in building the body and provides vitamins and minerals like vitamin A, that is used for sight. Also a mineral called zinc, very important for reproduction. Iron also, very important for blood formation, which helps in immunity for the baby. Now, the next point is eat a variety of pulses such as beans. Peas, pea, lentils, to get different types of vitamins that are needed for you and your child in pregnancy. Eat nuts and seeds such as groundnuts. Pia pumpkin seeds are very important, as they are a good source of proteins, energy, and health fats. Also, eat different types of vegetables and fruits to protect you and your growing baby. Different types of vegetables, because don't you forget, different foods offer different nutrients. So you have to eat a variety of foods, because one importance of variety is different foods have common nutrients, and also different foods have nutrients that are not common. So during pregnancy, you're supposed to eat different types of vegetables. Also, eat more dark green leafy vegetables. Liver, red meats, as they are good for you. They contain iron, folic acid, and other nutrients. So there's something we call food groups. Food groups means hizo chakula we name, chakula zenye tutaongelelea hapa about food groups, those foods is a brother and a sister. So I am going to discuss about food groups for women who are pregnant. So number one, we have grains and grain products. Hizo ni starch tu. Kuna ugali, kuna rice, kuna bread. We have also porridge and stuff. Next ni pulses. Hapo tunapata the dried beans, peas, pia lentils. Next, nuts and seeds. Next, dairy and dairy products. Flesh foods. Hapo utapata meat, poultry, fish. Pia tuko na eggs, very important during pregnancy. Tuko na dark green leafy vegetables. We also have other vitamin A rich fruits and vegetables. Vitamin A rich fruits tuko na pawpaws, we have mango. And pia tuko na other vegetables like cabbage and then other fruits. So a mother is eating well if she's eating 5 of the food groups per day. 5 of the food groups per day. And for example, tuseme leo amekula eggs. That's one of the food groups. And then pia the same day akule dark green leafy vegetables. That's food group number 2. We've said when you are pregnant, you're supposed to eat at least 5 of the food groups in a day. So amekula eggs, and then amekula dark green leafy vegetables. Hiyo ni food group ya pili. Then pia amekunywa maziwa. Hiyo ni food group ya tatu. Dairy and dairy products. And then number 4, amekula pulses. For example, amekula beans. Alikula rice and beans. Then number 5, amekula maybe other vegetables. That could be maybe carrots, dania, or and also cabbage. Very important. So it's also very important when you're pregnant to take your we call them IFAs, iron folic acid tablets, given to you from your health facility daily with meals, maybe during the whole period of your pregnancy to improve your blood quality. Very important, because during delivery, may it be normal, may it be hata kama ni CS, you will lose a lot of blood, so you need iron supplementation during pregnancy. And you maybe wengine wanapewa you are given the iron folic tabs for supplements. Na pia you are supposed to eat iron rich diet. For example, tuko na the liver. Na don't you forget, nimesema a lot of liver during pregnancy is not good because of the vitamin A inaweza get toxic na ianze kuaffect mtoto. So liver very important with iron. Also the eggs very important. We have also millet. Tuko na pia beetroots, tuko na grapes, tuko na spinach and other green leafy vegetables. Very, very important for blood boosting during pregnancy. Taking your normal meals at different times from beverages will help your body to get maximum use of iron from the food. So iron inakusaidia when you are pregnant ukwe na enough blood, because nimesema during delivery either normal ama CS you lose a lot of blood, so you need ukuwe na adequate blood. Na pia damu kama ni kidogo when you come to deliver, maybe unaweza fanya transfusion. So to avoid all that, you have to eat iron rich foods during pregnancy. Drink tea or coffee 1 to 2 hours before your meal. So hapa it's about avoid caffeine products with iron rich diet. Kama unakula ndio usaidike kuongeza kwa damu. It means you have to separate caffeine and iron rich diet. So kama umekula chakula yote inakusaidia kuongeza damu, may it be ugali with spinach and beef. Spinach and beef itakusaidia kuongeza damu during a pregnancy period. So anything to do with caffeine should come 3 hours after such a meal. Drink or eat milk and milk products such as fermented milk, yogurt, cheese, as they are rich in calcium and therefore should be taken 2 to 3 hours after taking IFAs or foods that are rich in iron. So kama uko mjamzito then unakula diet yenye inakusaidia that calcium should come, or anything that has calcium should come 2 to 3 hours after eating iron rich diet to allow room for digestion and absorption of that iron. Lack of iodine during pregnancy can lead to miscarriage or stillbirths. So that means it is very important for you to eat, use iodized salt or even fish itakusaidia sana to avoid hizo miscarriages and also stillbirths. Use iodized salt for optimum brain development, yeah, of your baby, and to prevent also delivering a baby of short stature, maybe a dwarf. Very important. Use iodized salt for optimum brain development of your baby and to prevent delivering a baby mwenye akona dwarfism. So iodine is very important. Iodized salt and also maybe foods that are rich in iodine. For example, the fish is very important during pregnancy. Pregnant adolescent girls have more nutritional needs, especially iron, compared to older women of reproductive age because of their own immaturity and growth needs. They need closer care by healthcare providers. Now, good nutrition helps you to, for example, ukipata mimba and then you are eating a well-balanced diet since the first month until the third trimester, you are supposed to gain 7 to 12 kgs during your pregnancy period, if at all you are eating healthy. So you're supposed to 12 kgs during your during your pregnancy, as long as you are eating healthy. So kuna topic hapa it's talking about care during pregnancy, and the first point is as soon as you know you are pregnant, attend your first antenatal visits to ensure you attend at least 8 of them during pregnancy. So it is very important for you to go for these clinics, or at least if there is any issue, any abnormality na mtoto during the scans inaonekana. If you have any issue with blood, if you have any issue with your pregnancy, inaonekana. So it is very important for you to go for at least 8 clinics during your pregnancy. Also take iron and folic tablets, hiyo tumesema, daily with your meals during the duration, during pregnancy. Iron and folic tablets, very important during pregnancy. To protect yourself and your unborn baby, you'll be given tetanus injection also at the clinic. Very important. You'll be given tetanus injection at the clinic during pregnancy. Also ensure that you and your spouse are counseled and tested for HIV to protect your unborn baby. Ensure that you and your spouse are counseled and tested for HIV during your pregnancy period to protect your unborn baby. Hiyo ni point very clear, very clear. So ukienda clinic, hata ukianza clinic, you must be tested for HIV. So that is something very important so that you can protect, because after maybe you are HIV positive mother and you've delivered in an hospital na hauna maziwa ya kutosha. We don't give the formula milk because we don't give the formula milk actually. Huyo mtoto kama hauna maziwa kutosha, we will still continue attaching huyo mtoto and huyo mtoto atakuwa fluids just to regulate their blood sugar levels, but you cannot be given anything else apart from breastfeeding. Another care during pregnancy is that sleep under a long-lasting insecticide treated net every night to protect you from malaria. So kama uko na mimba, it is very important for you to have a net yenye it's treated to protect yourself from malaria. Very important for you. So ukienda hospitali, I think the government hospitals were given a net, very important, to protect you and your unborn baby from malaria. If you live in an area where malaria is common, you will be given anti-malarial tablets to protect you from getting malaria. So if you live in an area whereby it's malaria prone, utapewa dawa za protect that malaria for you and your unborn baby. Also, another care is you take deworming tablets after the first 3 months of pregnancy. You will be given deworming tablets. Also, exercise is very important. Do light physical exercise such as walking to stay healthy. Pia hiyo exercise itakusaidia sana. Kama unaanza kufura mguu, isiendelee kufura. Pia inaweza kusaidia during delivery. Very important, you have to do light exercise during pregnancy. So I think I am clear on about care during pregnancy. Monitoring during pregnancy. I discuss about kama kuna swali unaweza uliza. I discuss about, we call them minor disorder that are nutrition related during pregnancy. And number one, we have morning sickness. So about the morning sickness, mtu anafeel aje? Morning sickness, maybe umeamka, mostly utaamka uko na nausea, especially during the first trimester, the first month. Morning sickness, kuna nausea. So if you wake up with morning sickness, number one, you are supposed to eat small frequent meals. And when you talk about eating small frequent meals, the difference of duration is 2 hours. So ukiamka asubuhi, maybe umekula breakfast at 8, that means at 10 you're supposed to take a healthy snack. Also maybe 11, 12 you're supposed to maybe ukule lunch after 2 hours. So eat small frequent meals after every 2 hours. Pia kama kuna morning sickness, avoid fatty foods. Too sugary foods si mzuri pia kama uko na morning sickness during pregnancy. Pia avoid smells and foods that make your morning sickness worse. So ukirealize kuna chakula yenye ama kuna smell inafanya ukuwe na your morning sickness worse during pregnancy, especially the first trimester, you avoid that. Avoid smells and foods that make your morning sickness worse. I think that one is clear. Eat more starchy foods. Try dry toasts, maybe breakfast cereals, fruits and vegetables, salad only during the day. Eat less fatty and sugary foods. I have talked about fatty foods and also sugary foods. The next nutrition related disorder during pregnancy is constipation. Kila mtu ame experience constipation. Even when you are not pregnant. Like everyone has experienced constipation. Now, if you experience constipation, which is normal during pregnancy, you have to take adequate water. And tukisema adequate water is 2 liters, at least 2 liters in a day, or at most 2.5 liters in a day. And kuna mtu atakwambia 8 glasses of water in a day. But if you talk about glasses, you must specify your glass near how many mils. So for me, it's glass here, 250 mils. So 80 glasses of 250 mils in a day is at least now 2 liters. So drink plenty of fluids. Pia hiyo tumesema plain water, maji very important. Itakusaidia in constipation. And also increase the intake of fiber-rich diet. Hapo tuko na wholemeal bread, for example, ile mkate ya brown, tuko na brown rice, tuko na kidheri ngumu ya mahindi ngumu, tuko na pia wimbi porridge millet. We also have avocado, carrots. We also have dania. We also have the green leafy vegetables, and also the citric fruits, tangerines, pixie, oranges and stuff. So that one will help you in constipation. Also, you walk a lot. Do exercise. Itakusaidia in constipation during pregnancy. Pia during pregnancy you might experience heartburn, which is normal. So if you experience heartburn, tunasema avoid chocolates, fatty foods, alcohol pia, it's bad. In our sense, the heartburn na pia alcohol is bad for your growing baby. Na pia kama uko na heartburn, avoid acidic foods. Tunaweza sema the kunde, tunaweza ongea about skuma pia, na pia tunaweza ongea about the citric fruits ziko na acidity, and the legumes kama kina beans and ndengu. You avoid them if you experience heartburn during pregnancy. So we've discussed 3 minor disorders that are nutrition related during pregnancy: morning sickness, constipation, and also heartburn. So guys, if you are joining my live, thanks a lot, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. And on this channel we talk about matters nutrition, so kindly watch my videos, share and comment. So kitabu yenye niko nayo, it's called The First 1,000 Days. Very important. It's a very nice book. The First 1,000 Days. Hii ni kitabu yenye mimi hupenda. It's full of information. It's full of information. Full of information. Also about your heartburn, there's something else you are supposed to, apart from chocolates and fatty foods and the acidic foods, you're also supposed to milk and milk products, milk products, kuna yogurt, mala, cheese. They temporarily relieve the pain kama kuna heartburn. So uki-experience heartburn sana imezidi during pregnancy, unaweza kunywa kama maziwa, itakusaidia for a short time to relieve that pain. Na pia eat slowly and drink fluids between meals and not with meals. Very clear. Do not eat large meals before bedtime. Sleep with your head on a pillow and not lying flat. So if una experience heartburn during pregnancy, you are not supposed to lie flat. Sleep with your head on a pillow. Very important. Very important. So hapa, the next topic naona on this page is about danger signs during pregnancy. If you experience any of the following, go to your health facility immediately. Maybe severe pain, severe headache, kuna vaginal bleeding, convulsions, fever pia, backaches, reduced or no movements of your unborn baby. Page number 6 talks about exclusive breastfeeding. And you know exclusive breastfeeding is breastfeeding your baby after every 3 hours and on demand for the first 6 months of life. So page number 6 talks about of this book, The First 1,000 Days. The First 1,000 Days. So ensuring good health of mother and baby. So page number 6 talks about exclusive breastfeeding. During the first 6 months of life, your baby needs only breast milk to grow well and be healthy. So breast milk is the perfect food for your baby. I have said that a million times. Because why? It has all the nutrients your baby requires for growth and development for the first 6 months of life. It has enough water to satisfy the thirst of your baby, even in hot weather. That's why you don't need many water during the first 6 months of life. Hiyo maziwa ya mama iko na water, even in hot weather. Pia, it has all the substances that protect your baby from common diseases such as diarrhea and chest infection. So maziwa iko na immunity. It is clean, safe, easy to digest and readily available. So page 6 talking about exclusive breastfeeding. So here are some key things to remember. All mothers are capable of producing enough milk for their babies. Here are some things to remember. All mothers are capable of producing enough milk for their babies. Mtu asikudanganye. Next, the more your baby suckles your breast in the correct breastfeeding position, the more milk you will produce. Because breastfeeding, mtoto akibreastfeed wana stimulate the hormones za kuachilia maziwa. Tukona prolactin that is used for production, then we have oxytocin that is used for milk later. So the more you breastfeed, the higher the production, because mtoto yana stimulate the hormones za kuachilia maziwa. The next thing is improper suckling by your baby may cause you to produce less milk and think that you do not have the ability to produce enough milk. Improper suckling by your baby may cause you to produce less milk and think that you do not have the ability to produce enough milk. So, ukiattach mtoto vizuri, ana stimulate hormones, maziwa itaflow tu. The next thing to remember is make sure your baby is well positioned and attached to make it possible for him or her to suckle well and properly. So if you don't attach your baby in the right position, that baby will not be in a position to suckle properly. Na utapata mtoto analia tu and then you start complaining that your baby has colic pains. No. The only communication at that time between you and your baby is just crying. Na akilia, ameongea hapo. Akilia ameongea. So if you don't position your baby well and then mtoto anachoka maybe shingo and stuff, atalia tu and then maybe you'll start thinking that mtoto akona colic pains. No. The next thing to remember is if you are having a problem producing enough milk or if your baby refuses to suckle, go immediately to get help from your healthcare worker. If you have a problem producing enough milk, or if your baby refuses to, so maziwa ikiisha and you are at home, if your baby has an issue in suckling, mtoto akikataa kunyonya, akiacha kunyonya, please go to the hospital and seek help from a healthcare provider. Very important. So some of the things tumeongelelea to remember is all mothers are capable of producing enough milk for their babies. There are more the more the baby suckles also your breast in the correct breastfeeding position, the more the milk is produced. Something to remember, improper suckling by your baby may cause you produce less milk, and hiyo itakufanya maybe ufikirie you don't have the ability to produce enough milk. Also make sure your baby is well positioned and attached to make it possible for him or her to suckle well. And if you are having a problem with producing enough milk, ama mtoto ameacha kunyonya, you have to seek help from a healthcare provider. Page number 7 of this book, The First 1,000 Days. It talks about early initiation of breastfeeding. So the first point is, your healthcare worker or midwife should assist you to put your baby on your chest, so your skin can be in contact with baby's skin immediately after delivery for at least 1 hour. So hiyo 1 hour huwa tunaitanga golden hour. The first 1 hour after delivery huwa tunaita golden hour. The suckling reflex is always very high during the first 1 hour after delivery. So we encourage mtu akijifungua attach immediately, ndo at least mtoto aweze kustimulate the suckling reflex. So stay warm, breathe well, establish a strong bond with your baby. Na hiyo bonding inakuja during breastfeeding. Start breastfeeding as soon as possible, even after delivery. Start it. So the next point about early initiation of breastfeeding inaongelea about inasema beginning breastfeeding immediately after delivery. Number 1, helps your baby to develop ability to suckle properly. So hiyo ndio ile suckling reflex nasema inaitangwa the golden hour. Tukasema the suckling reflex is always very high during the first 1 hour after delivery. So beginning breastfeeding immediately after delivery helps your baby to develop the ability to suckle properly. So that is very important. Ukijifungua, attach mtoto within the first 1 hour after delivery. It also helps to increase your breast milk production. Why? Sababu ukiattach, tulisema mtoto ana stimulate hormones za kuachilia maziwa, very important, prolactin and oxytocin. Na pia it also provides your baby with the first milk. The first milk is called colostrum, very important. So the colostrum is yellowish in color. Na actually ikishaanza kutoka the colostrum na ianze kutoka vizuri na mtoto aanze kunyonya vizuri, breastfeed on demand and after every 3 hours, within 3 to 5 days the colostrum huwa inaisha, na ikiisha hautaiona tena until the next delivery. So colostrum is very important. It is like the first immunization and protects your baby from illnesses such as allergies, intolerance and infection. So colostrum is very important. Every drop counts. That's gold for your baby. Mtoto akizaliwa ako na kuanga na what we call naturally occurring immunity, but hiyo colostrum, hiyo maziwa yellow, it is the first defense mechanism ya hiyo mtoto. So lazima hiyo mtoto anyonye kabisa hiyo maziwa. And pia the colostrum clears baby's first dark stool. When you have experience after delivery, unaonanga mtoto anaanza kwenda choo, wengi watasema it's black but ni dark green, inaitangwa meconium. So hiyo colostrum, hiyo maziwa yellow, vile anaendelea kuikunywa inasaidianga to remove to clear the baby's first dark stool, tumesema inaitwa meconium. Na pia prevents yellowish of the baby's skin. It is caused jaundice, the yellowness of the eyes and the skin, which can be caused by mtoto kutoshiba. Na mtoto kutoshiba haimaanishi necessarily mama hana maziwa. Unaweza kuwa uko na maziwa ya kutosha, even excess, but mtoto hashibi. Why? Because of the duration of breastfeeding. So colostrum is very important. The next topic, on page number 7 of this book, The First 1,000 Days. The next topic inaongelea about proper positioning and attachment and effective suckling. So to make it easy for your baby to suckle the breast milk easily and to get a good supply of breast milk, number 1, position your baby correctly to the breast. So I've said the second topic in page 7 talks about proper positioning and attachment and effective suckling. So to make it easy for your baby to suckle the breast milk easily and get good supply of breast milk, you need to first position your baby correctly to the breast. So sit comfortably and in an upright position to breastfeed your baby. Very important. Sit comfortably and in an upright position to breastfeed your baby. Number 2, use a pillow or folded clothes to support and bring the baby closer to the breast. So use a pillow or folded clothes. So after umekaa vizuri, ukiattach mtoto wa position vizuri, of course utachoka mkono juu mtoto maybe ni akona kilo mingi, so you can use a breastfeeding pillow or else folded, unakunja fold clothes, maybe blanket yake, and then unaput hapa to support your hand so that you may be able to withstand the long hours of breastfeeding for those babies. So use a pillow or folded clothes to support and bring your baby closer to the breast. Also support your baby's whole body, not just the head or the neck. Number 4, ensure that your baby's head and body is in a straight line during breastfeeding. Very important. Also, ensure that your baby is close to you, facing you, and can get to the breast without turning his or her neck. Ensure that your baby is close to you, facing you, and can get to the breast without turning his or her neck. Very simple. Make sure your nipple touches your baby's nose so that the baby can open his or her mouth wide to attach the breast. So mtoi unamguza with the nipple. Maybe unaweza mguza hapa ama mdomo pia, utaona anafungua, and then now you attach vizuri and should be on the black part around the nipple. Page 8 of this book, one of my favorite books, called The First 1,000 Days, ensuring good health of mother and baby. So number 2, attach your baby to the breast correctly. So kuna signs that your baby is well attached include your baby's mouth should be wide open. Point number 2, I have said attach your baby to the breast correctly. And signs that your baby is well attached include, number 1, your baby's mouth should be wide open. Number 2, you can see more of the dark skin surrounding the nipple, inaitwa areola, the black part around the nipple. You can see more of the dark skin surrounding the nipple above your baby's mouth more than you see below. Next, your baby's lower lip should be turned outward and should not go in. So the baby's lower lip should be turned outwards and should not go in. So the next point is your breast should be touching your baby's chin. Support your breast with your fingers forming half moon or C shape, half moon or C shape. So hizi vidole nne you support matiti on the side ya chini za kusupport matiti, na hii moja inashika matiti juu. So this one helps to regulate the breast upate haijafunika mtoto mapua while breastfeeding. So point number 3 is signs of effective suckling. Signs of effective suckling. So one of the signs is your baby should take slow deep suckles with pauses in between. Your baby should take slow deep suckles with pauses. Akinyonya unasikianga ana pause. Pia after a few seconds of suckling anachoka, so wana relax. Maybe unaweza fikiria amelala. No, don't wake them up. Wana relax. Wanachoka just after a few seconds. So your baby should take slow deep suckles with pauses in between. We are talking about signs of effective suckling. You should see or hear your baby swallowing after 1 to 2 cycles. Huyo mtoto akibreastfeed maziwa as long as inamuingia, unasikianga anameza tu automatic, unasikianga anameza. So you should see or hear your baby swallowing after 1 to 2 cycles. Signs of effective suckling. Number 3, when your baby is suckling well, you should not feel any pain on your breast. Any pain, you should not feel it. So kama una touch mtoto vibaya, if you touch on the nipple alone, you will get cracked nipples, and that is the high time for an HIV positive mother to transmit it to the baby. Now, for example, umepata those cracked nipples, what are you supposed to do? You are supposed to apply breast milk. You are supposed to apply breast milk. So you are not supposed to feel any pain while you're breastfeeding, so that means you're supposed to attach on the black part on the nipple. Na ukiattach on the black part on the nipple, huyu mtoto ananyanyanga kama amenyamaza, and you will not be able to feel any pain. So the next point is always allow your baby to finish suckling from one breast before switching to the other to get all the nutrients from the early and latter milk. So always allow your baby to finish suckling on one breast. We embrace that. Usichange matiti anytime. Before you change to the other breast, not less than 30 minutes. So ukishaanza ku breastfeed na maziwa yanze kutoka, ile maziwa inaanza kutoka within the first 30 minutes, hiyo inaitwa full milk. It is water and fats alone. Na ukianza ku breastfeed utaona hiyo matiti nyingine imeanza kumwaga maziwa. That's for milk, which is only for water and fats. So we embrace that. Before you change to the other breast, not less than 30 minutes on one breast. So always allow your baby to finish suckling from one breast before switching to the other to get all the nutrients from the early and latter milk. Point number 4 talks about breastfeed your baby every time the baby wants. So breastfeeding your baby every time the baby wants. Hiyo inamaanisha it's simple to just breastfeeding on demand and after every 2 to 3 hours. So ukishajifungua maziwa inaanza kutoka, kuna wenye flow maybe itakuwa mingi, but rarely wengi wao utapata maziwa flow ni kidogo. I embrace that breastfeed after every 2 to 3 hours. I mean after every 2 hours or on demand. Na maziwa ikianza kuongezeka, now you can switch to maybe 2 to 3 hours. So breastfeeding your baby every time the baby wants to breastfeed, that means your baby 0 to 6 months should breastfeed at least 8 to 12 times in a day. You're supposed to breastfeed your baby 8 to 12 times in a day. If your baby is ill, maybe kama ni mgonjwa, or sleeps for more than 2 to 3 hours, wake them up. Hiyo nimesema. Gently by tickling the base of the foot and offer the breast. So mtoto hapa chini unaweza piga tu kidogo asikie maybe kwa uchungu, anaamka analia, and then now with the nipples unakaribisha the lips, so mtoto atapanua mdomo na hata breastfeed tu automatic. So the next thing on page 8 here, sijui kama inaonekana, on page 8 talks about signs that your baby wants to breastfeed. Very simple signs that a baby wants to breastfeed. We call them cues of breastfeeding or cues of hunger. Hunger cues in a baby. So crying is one of the signs that your baby wants to breastfeed, but it is always the last thing that your baby will show you. So that, as a sign of hunger. I have said crying is a sign of hunger, but it is always the last sign. So before crying, mtoto atakuonyesha vitu mingi, and number 1 is restlessness. Mtoto kama ako na njaa atakuwa restless. That's for sure. That's obvious. Opening his or her mouth and turning head from side to side inaitangwa rooting reflex. Huyo mtoto akimguza hapa, unaona anapinduka, anapanua mdomo. Ukimguza kwa lipa anaweza pinduka, amepanua mdomo. Hiyo inaitangwa rooting reflex. So that's a sign, opening his or her mouth and turning head from the side to side. That's a sign of huyo mtoto ako na njaa. putting his or her tongue in and out. Unaona, anatoa ulimi nje anarudisha ndani, anatoa ulimi nje anarudisha ndani. That's a sign of hunger kwa mtoto. Suckling. So suckling is our fingers. So kuna hiyo finger sucking. Ukiona mtoto ameweka vidole kwa mdomo, that means huyu mtoto anataka kunyonya. So do not wait for your child to cry before feeding him. So we've said signs zenye mtoto atakuonyesha kama ako na njaa. One of them is restlessness. Huyu mtoto atakuwa restless, pia licking of fingers, pia hata yawning, alafu anatoa ulimi nje, unasikia anameza mate, unasikia, unaona analamba lips. Huyu mtoto akikuonyesha all those signs and then you ignore. Sign number 7 is crying. So we've said crying is a sign that mtoto wako ako na njaa, but it is always the last sign. So a baby, you are not supposed to wait until the baby cries so that you can breastfeed them. No. Wakianza kukuonyesha hizo signs tumesema, restlessness, licking the fingers, yawning, kumeza mate, analamba lips, kutoa ulimi nje na ndani, anaweza lick fists pia. Akikuonyesha hizo vitu, unaweza breastfeed. Don't wait until the baby cries. Next, breastfeeding frequently is necessary throughout the day and night, as this helps your body to produce enough milk for your baby. The amount of milk your body produces depends on how often you breastfeed your baby. Sijui kama hiyo point imesikika. Breastfeeding frequently is necessary throughout the day and night, as this helps your body to produce enough milk for your baby. So the amount of breast milk depends on how often you breastfeed. Hiyo ni kitu obvious. Why? We said the more you breastfeed, the higher the production, because mtoto wana stimulate hormones za kuachilia maziwa. So that's an obvious point. The next one, your baby is getting enough milk when he or she is gaining at least half a kg per month, passing light colored urine at least 6 times a day, and is active. So kama mtoto wako ako active, anaenda choo, passing urine for like 6 times in a day, yenye imejaa, that means huyo mtoto anashiba. So your baby is getting enough milk when he or she is gaining at least half a kg per month ya weight, passing light colored urine at least 6 times in a day, and is active. That's a surety that huyo mtoto wako anashiba. So page number 9 of this book called The First 1,000 Days inaongelelea about how to express breast milk. So how to express breast milk. So under which conditions are you supposed to express maziwa? Number 1, maybe kama unarudi kazi. Number 2, maybe when the baby is too weak to suckle, mtoto mwenye ni mgonjwa. Maybe if you have more than excess ya maziwa, imejaa, matiti imeanza kuwa ngumu, for you to prevent the breast engorgement. Kristen, thanks for joining my live. Make sure you subscribe kwa channel kama uja subscribe to the channel. So I've said page number 9 of this book talks about how to express breast milk, na nimesema the circumstances under which you're supposed to express maziwa ni if the baby is too weak to suckle, if maybe unarudi kazi, maybe kama unanot mtoto wa shibi, lazima express maziwa after calculations, no, you get to know whether the baby is breastfeeding to satisfaction. Maybe if the mother is ill, kama mtoto ni mgonjwa pia, vitu kama hizo. No, expressing breast milk while you are away from your baby will help you to continue breastfeeding your baby, maintain milk flow, and prevent unpleasant breast conditions. So hizo breast conditions zenye tumesema ni the mastitis and breast engorgement. So mastitis and breast engorgement. Breast engorgement ni ile mtoto akiendelea kunyonya maziwa inaongezeka, but at times you'll find that this baby cannot empty hiyo maziwa yote. So kama hawezi empty hiyo maziwa yote, inaanza kuongezeka, unapata matiti inaanza kukua ngumu, that's breast engorgement. But now ikianza kupatwa na the lymph nodes na upate uko na fevers and a lot of pain, that's called mastitis. So you should expressing breast milk while you are away for your baby will help you to continue breastfeeding your baby, maintaining milk flow number one. So kukamua inasaidia maintain the milk flow na pia to prevent infections, breast conditions like mastitis and breast engorgement. So the next point about expressing breast milk is you should express breast milk as often as your baby would breastfeed, every 2 to 3 hours. So you should express breast milk as often as your baby would breastfeed, every 2 to 3 hours. So next inaongelea page number 9 inaongelea when to express breast milk. I think hiyo nimesema na nikasema maybe kama unarudi kazi, nikasema maybe if your baby is as difficult in swallowing, in suckling, for example, kuna wale watoto wanazaliwa kama kilo iko chini, very low birth weight, pia sick babies, they are not able to breastfeed. So under such circumstances you may be forced to express maziwa when your breasts are too full. Kama maziwa imejaa sana, pia hiyo ni circumstance unaweza express maziwa. Maybe you have a breast condition like cracked nipples, you may be forced to express maziwa. Maybe wounds on your nipples. To enable you to initiate and or continue breastfeeding, you should always express breast milk into a clean, sterilized containers to avoid the milk getting contaminated. That's obvious. That's obvious. Ukiona huyo mama hapo anatry ku-express maziwa na iko na technique pia. And another thing about expression ya maziwa, you have to do warm compressions before expressing. Ukifanya warm compressions, it's easy for you to express. Maziwa itaflow tu, itaflow vizuri sana. So how to express breast milk? Expression by hand. This is the most common and practical way to express breast milk. So about expression, unaweza tumia mkono or else unaweza nunua breast pump. But about the breast pump, it's necessary kama maziwa ni mingi sana. Kama sio mingi, hauwezi toa maziwa na breast pump, itabidi hand express. So to express breast milk, you should, number 1, wash your hands properly with soap and running water. Very important. Wash your hands properly with soap and running water. That's simple. It is just important for you to avoid contamination, because the milk can't get contaminated very easy. And also to express breast milk, you should also gently massage. Hiyo nimesema gently massage breasts in a circular motion. Hiyo ni hiyo warm compressions nilikuwa nimeongelelea. Na pia you should also position thumb on the upper edge of the dark area. Hivyo tu. Vile mnaona huyo mama ameshika. Hiyo matiti yake. That's easy for you. Na hapo inakusaidia sana maziwa kutoka. Itakuwa very easy. So we go to page number 10. Page number 10 is the continuation here when you're expressing breast milk, what you should do in continuation. The next point inasema press behind the nipple and the dark area between the finger and thumb. Push breasts to the chest wall, press and release. Push, press, release until there is no more milk coming out. Also, press your breast from all the sides to empty milk in all parts of the breast. If no more milk is flowing, move thumb and fingers towards the further away from the nipple and try again. Repeat pressing. Hiyo tu ni story how you're supposed to express breast milk. Vile unafaa ukamue. That's simple. So storage pia, very important. This page number 10 also talks about storage. So about storage, maziwa inaweza kaa at room temperature for around 6 to 8 hours. Kwa fridge inakaa for 24 hours. Freezer inaweza kaa for 6 weeks. Deep freezer inaweza kaa for 6 to 12 months. Na kwa refrigerator inaweza kaa for around 4 days. I've said at room temperature maziwa na express inaweza kaa for 6 to 8 hours. Kwa refrigerator inaweza kaa for 4 days. Kwa deep freezer inaweza kaa for around 6 to 12 months. Na pia kuna hiyo warming. Hiyo maziwa ukiexpress the time, maybe time ya feeding mtoto imefika, you have to warm the breast milk. Si kama maziwa yenye makamua ya ng'ombe unaenda kuchemsha, not boiling. Warming means kama hiyo maziwa mali umeweka umestore vizuri, time ya kufeed mtoto unachukua, maybe unaweza chukua maji unaweka kwa sufuria, inakuwa too warm, and then una dip container yenye umeweka maziwa hapo for a few seconds, inakuwa warm, then now you feed your baby. So wanaongelea about warming expressed milk yenye wanasema boil water, place container with expressed milk in the hot water, allow the milk to rest in the container for some time until the milk is warm. Do not boil expressed breast milk, as this will make it lose its food value or nutrients. So that means ukiboil your maziwa, iboil, it will lose the nutritional value. Page number 10 of this book called The First 1,000 Days. Page number 10 of The First 1,000 Days. Inaongelelea about cup feeding. So we embrace on cup feeding and not the pacifiers, the munyonyi and stuff. So feeding your baby using a cup is safer and better than using a bottle. Why a cup feed and not a bottle? Why should you cup feed and not a bottle? So cups are easily to clean with soap and water. Cups are less likely than bottles to be carried around for a long time, giving bacterial time to breed. Yeah. Babies fed with cups are less likely to have diarrhea, ear infections, and tooth decay. Cup feeding allows you to stay and spend quality time with your child during feeding, as cup feeding requires the feeder to hold the baby and look at him or her, giving the attention he or she needs. Cup feeding allows you to stay and spend quality time with your child during feeding, as cup feeding requires the feeder to hold the baby and look at them, giving them attention they need. And also, cup feeding prevents the baby from confusing bottle teats with breast nipple. So there's something in nutrition we call nipple confusion. So ukipea mtoto maziwa na mnyonyi, akishazoea hiyo ya bure hapo kwa mnyonyi, utapata mtu hawezi breastfeed. So akipata nipple confusion, ukimweka kwa matiti hata nyonya vizuri, and that one is really bad because it will reduce the production of milk because nothing to stimulate it. So the next subtopic inasema how to feed a baby by cup. How to feed a baby by cup. Wash your hands with clean running water and soap. Put the amount of milk for one feed into the cup. Hapo tukue careful, tusikize. Wash your hands with clean running water and soap. Put the amount of milk for one feed into a cup. Into the cup, I mean. Hold your baby sitting upright or semi-upright on your lap. So if you don't know the right position when giving this milk, kindly don't give, because who mtoto wako anaweza choke, and that's so risky. So hold your baby sitting upright or semi-upright on your lap. Hold the small cup of milk to your baby's lips. Tilt the cup so that the milk just reaches your baby's lips and it rests lightly on your baby's lower lip. Your baby becomes alert and opens. So mtoto anytime anaguza on the lips, may it be cup, may it be nipple, anafungua too much, anafungua mdomo, I mean. So hold the cup to his or her lips and let him or her take the milk himself or herself. In capital letters, do not pour the milk into your baby's mouth, as the baby may take in too much and shock. Do not pour the milk into your baby's mouth, as the baby may take in too much milk and choke. So, points to remember. Points to remember. Points to remember. Page 11 of this book. Points to remember. Giving other foods and liquids, including infant formula, ionin, animal milk or water in the first 6 months of life reduces the benefits that your baby gets from breast milk. Giving other foods and liquids, including infant formula, animal milk or water in the first 6 months of life reduces the benefits that your baby gets from breast milk and breastfeeding. Point number 2 that you should remember: feeding your baby both breast milk and any other food or liquids, including infant formula, animal milk or water before 6 months of life may be dangerous for your baby because his or her organs cannot digest. So inaongelea about digestive system, why we should wait until 6 months so that we can introduce any other thing apart from breast milk. It is because at 6 months, and it is after 6 complete months, when your baby's digestive system is fully developed. So there's something we call inaongelelea, the last point hapo inaongelelea about something we call dangers of mixed feeding. So mixed feeding is just giving anything else apart from breast milk kama mtoto below 6 months. So other dangers of mixed feeding include: number 1, increased risk of childhood illnesses. Hizo ni vitu kama diarrhea ama chest illnesses. The next point is increased risk of your child developing chronic diseases such as obesity, heart issues later in life. So ukimpea vitu zingine, chakula below 6 months pia ina reduce bonding between you and your baby, because when you are giving water, when you are giving other foods, that means how to spend most of the time sana ukibreastfeed mtoto. So it is during breastfeeding when una bond na mtoto wako. So if you don't, if you start introducing mixed feeding, inamaanisha your baby will not bond to you. Will not, itakuwa reduce the bonding between you and your baby. Reduces chances of your child growing is brain fully, resulting in learning challenges. So hapo it's about brain development here. Na pia ina reduce the protection from anemia and whatever. So this book, I love this book called The First 1,000 Days, which talks about ensuring good health of mother and baby. And today I've discussed just a few topics on this book, which is very important and crucial for me as a nutritionist. I just want to share my knowledge to you guys. So if you're watching me, if you've joined my live and not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly consider hitting that subscribe button. Watch my videos until the end. Share, like, comment. Let's grow together, guys. So thanks for joining my live today. And if you're watching me for the first time, my name is Ken and I'm a certified nutrition, and I promise you'll fall in love with my channel. So bye-bye and have a good time. Let's meet in the next video.